The next example I want to show is something called SILKin. SILKin, you can hear the word kin is relational. This is an interesting tool used to help you come up with family trees is the way I can describe it. So I have to go way back to my days of learning language, culture, and acquisition to where you realize that different cultures view relationships within family structures differently. They have different terms. Some structures, all cousins are viewed as the same. It can vary from different culture to culture, and SILKin can be used to help you document that. So I should point out that some of these tools, they work, but they will bring various degrees of pain along the way. SILKin is a Java program, and you actually have to click on the jar file. You have to have Java installed and click on the jar file to bring up Ashenica. I keep saying that, to bring up SILKin. And I'm going to bring up, so this is the wrong one. Did I not have it up? Okay, this is SILKin. So this is what you might expect is a family tree. You have, in this family tree, you have father, mother, and 3 children. I've called them Alphabet, Betty Bet, Charlie Bet, Dolores Bet, and Evelyn Bet. I am not at all original in my naming schemes. And I also have the father and mother of Alphabet. So I want to show you how to add people to SILKin's family tree. Once you get it started, you right click, and you have the option for male, female, or union being marriage. So I'm going to click on male, and I'm going to go ahead and click on female since I'm here. I can drag that up here. So male is triangle, female is circle. And down here in the information, I'm going to switch this down to person 7. And it switches to person 7. And then using sociological terms, the person you are editing is always referred to as ego. The other person you're talking about when referencing ego is always alter, as in the other. So this is ego. This is Betty Bet's parents. Ego is going to be Kermit Frog. And then we're going to do the mother. And this is going to be Miss Piggy. All right. And now they are married. So I'm going to create a union. You right click again and click on union. And that's the equal sign. To show that these two are a part of this union, you click on them and you drag them to just above the equal sign. Okay, so now you show that those two are a part of, those two make up the union. And then you want to demonstrate that Betty Bet is a child or offspring as a result of the union. You just drag Betty Bet to where she is underneath the equal sign, and you can see the little circle is purple. So now Betty Bet is there. If I wanted to show that Betty Bet had a brother, right click, male, and his name is going to be Fozzie Bear. And I'm going to drag him under the union purple. So now Betty Bet has a brother named Fozzie Bear. Okay, so now we need to we want to capture or catalog how Betty refers to her parents. So I'm going to click on Betty. I'm going to make current ego Betty Bet. And now I want to edit the information for alter egos, for the others. So I'm going to click on Alphabet. So we can see I've already populated this. The current alter is Alphabet. That's her husband. They refer to each other as husband and wife. The children have already been populated. I'm going to click here. So now I've just changed the alter, son and mother, Dolores, daughter, mother, and also Evelyn, daughter, mother. But I don't have Kermit and Piggy. So with Betty Bet as the ego, I click on Kermit the Frog and type ego or Betty refers to alter or Kermit as father, and it's got to be lowercase. If you type uppercase, SILKin box, it doesn't like it. So it's gotta be lowercase. And then I can say that alter refers to ego, as Kermit refers to Betty as daughter. Now this doesn't capture terms of endearment, so they may have a special name for each other. This doesn't capture that. This is like, what does the culture say? That's your father, that's your mother, that sort of thing. And then we're gonna click on Miss Piggy, and Betty refers to Miss Piggy as mother, and alter refers to, Miss Piggy refers to Betty as daughter. And then we can go over here to Fozzie, change, and then Betty refers to Fozzie as brother and sister, actually. So this is interesting because in Thai, for example, if you look over here, I'm going to change Charlie Bet. He refers to Dolores. You can see that ego refers to Dolores as Nong Sao. I switched, or I'm mixing my language groups here, or culture groups, to demonstrate a difference. In Thai, age matters, relationship. So Charlie in this family, he's the oldest of all of the siblings. So he'll refer to Dolores as Nong Sao, and he'll refer to Evelyn would be as also Nong Sao. And then Dolores would refer to, oh, sorry, go back here. Dolores would refer to Charlie as P, and Evelyn would refer to Charlie as P. But also, if we make this Dolores as the ego, Evelyn will refer to Dolores as P. So we need to know who is the older sibling. So let's say in this instance, Betty is the older sibling. She's going to refer to Fozzie as Nong Chai, and Fozzie will refer to Betty as P Sao. So because that matters in Thai, and of course, capitals doesn't like it. All right. Also in Thai, so you can see if I change my person to my ego to Charlie, in Thai, the grandparent is different. So the child will refer to the father's grandparents by a different term than the child will refer to the mother's grandparents. In American English, while we have all kind of pet names and silly names, we still use the phrase grandma, grandpa for both sides. And that doesn't include, like, we might refer to one grandma as Nana and all that stuff, and Meemaw in the South, but in general, it's grandma or grandpa, both sets. Thai, it's different. So we need to put the Thai term for the mother and father here. And I had a list up somewhere to remind me of what that was, and I have forgotten it. I've lost it. So we're going to say Charlie refers to a mother's father as, yeah, that's not correct. Just going to call it grandpa for this demonstration. But it doesn't like the capital. But the grandfather will refer to the son as grandson. It doesn't matter if it's if it's a son's son or a daughter's son. And then Charlie will refer to Miss Piggy as grandma. In this example, that's not correct for Thai. And then grandma will refer to Charlie as grandson. And then you just work your way through all the relationships. And then so when you're done, you've captured family terms, kinship terms for the language. And you can capture this information, and then you can analyze it. One way to analyze it is you can make a picture out of it using like the snip tool, and just copy and paste it into as an image, like a Windows snip. Or you can go to, where'd it go? Edit context, which is kind of an admittedly weird place for it to be. And you have this export matrix tool. And I'm going to click on this. and I'm going to save it in my lesser apps demonstration, SILKin. All right, I'm going to call it examples 2. Got to give it, there's a little bit of pain with this tool, but it's here. Example 2. And I want to save as a text file. But what I must end in text. Yes, there's a bit of pain with this one. Lesser apps demonstration. SILKin. Save. And then what you can do is, this is the one I made earlier. If you rename this, I'm going to rename this to CSV. Actually, I'll do it this way. A comma separated file. And then you can right click open with, where's open with? Open with LibreOffice Calc, and tell it you want it to be separated by tab. Now you get a spreadsheet that you can look at, and you can see all of the various terms. So you can see that mother is common, daughter's common, sister's common. And then when you get out to the, you can see that you can capture the P's and the nongs, and you can do a little bit of analysis on that. And you can see, you can notice that the grandmother, grandfather, they use different terms. So this presents you with an Excel spreadsheet, or a spreadsheet that you can then use to analyze the terms being used to help you understand the kinship term. So that's SILKin. Again, there's a little bit of pain with it, but it can work for you. So I'm going to close SILKin.